to hear your stories.
Concerned with butterflies, you know. Obviously, Fredrin with a Jushin or any utility jungler with a Jushin is already pretty good. But you play the assassin just because of your mid lane prio, how strongly you can affect the mid lane when it comes to the laning stage. That
But you can zone her off the wave anyways.
Yeah.
I kind of don't want Winter to adjust her that much.
but so many terms the Jushin, but still first pick worthy.
Yeah. It's kind of like Cho. The kid is always going to be relevant. The kid is always so good.
Yeah. I think Cho and Blood, they're both like M-series heroes, you know?
Yeah. I mean, as well. No, here's the thing. I really have this theory. They are certain heroes. No matter what, you can one-trick them.
Yep.
Like Cho is the best example.
Yep.
Even if the damage Cho is bad, you have tank. If tank Cho is bad, you go damage. And if either is bad, your kick is gonna be so good it doesn't matter.
Cho is the type of hero where you can have a 10-month drought in a year, and then come the M-series, it will still be a success. It will still be a priority pick, you know?
That's why he has a lot of skins.
It's so good. It's so. I wouldn't be too surprised if there was like a subreddit r/way of the dragon. Show. It makes so much sense.
Yep, there you go. We have
Talked about both of these heroes, the first Fusion and then the Grok.
Rock into Leomord. They banned out the Freya at the very least, so still respect there from Aurora.
Okay, so how do you answer this, Alter Ego? You don't necessarily want to go for the Clone immediately because there's the Grok. I think you also can take away Harrit. At the same time, though, that will be not a good hero for you. So this is super duper interesting for Alter Ego because now we can see how they will now manage to counter the Leomord. Previously, they went in for the Clone, then eventually the Suyo.
Yep.
However, I guess, because they already showed that before, Aurora might be prepared against that.
What if they went?
I think they... Okay, so...
Speaking of Cho, by the way,
Cho
most of the heroes we talk about is here.
Well, I was expecting the Cho. I wasn't so sure about the user. I was thinking more along the lines of Sora first to kind of keep things open, but this is a very direct way to play the comp.
I think the Farsa will be picked up here by Aurora, but then again, Harrod is available. I think just between those two heroes will be the third pick here for Aurora. I think the Farsa is a much better pickup though.
I mean, like, here's the thing. This is why I feel like Alter Ego, they're lying by being honest. Because again, look at that draft. They're like,
I mean, of course, the first wave literally favors the Farsa in the Grok because of the wall and third round part, but from then on, this mid lane battle is probably one of the strongest mid lane battles we'll ever get to see.
No, yeah, I appreciate this duo, you know. Joshin and Farrock are amazing.
Roxa.
Groxa.
I like that. I like that a lot better.
Ganun ko na na.
Farrock, yeah.
Because you can create a
Farshot.
skin. Farshot. Nah, but like Rock, you know, like imagine Farsa with a guitar and Grok with drums.
I like that. I like that.
That's a skin idea.
That's a skin idea.
Yeah, that's,
You know, rock out.
Make it happen.
that's the duo that's going to be rocking my world.
Oh. It's a worthy ban. At the same time, there was a time where the glue and the Farsa was used to counter the Yuzhong. Even someone like Sanford, who mains the Yuzhong, will not survive that kind of lane. So, glue and Esmeralda might be the choices here for Zephyr when it comes to the ban.
So right now for Aurora, they already banned out the Guinevere. What other jungler are they looking out for? It looks like they want to take away the Esmeralda, so there's a good chance.
They want a Lapo, I feel like.
Yeah.
And Harith, obviously. I think this is a fourth pick Harith for Aurora. And now if you're Zephyr, you're going to be thinking about, do I ban Harith or do I focus on the Edward hero? I believe that banning out Dominicite might be better because you can really never have enough bans against Edward.
Do you feel like Aurora will go Claude?
Oh man, I think Aurora will go Harith.
All right.
I think most comfortable, they go Harith. Worst comes to worst, they go Granger, right?
Yes. It's not even, I wouldn't say, there you go.
Yeah.
That's the Harith ban. Well done, Zephyr. But then you're left with Granger still for Aurora. Oh.
Yeah, but I kind of feel like Granger used to have the Claude, so it's like still good, you know?
Yeah, it's still good no matter what, but at the end of the day, you know that the Cho on the other side, you have to take the Purify, which does hurt the odds in the lane when you end up fighting and go for the all-in, considering how when we see both teams kind of rotate to the opposite sides of the map.
Yeah. Okay, like oh, they still went Claude. Well done. Well, they seal it away though. That's interesting.
Yeah, because I kind of feel like the whole theme of M7 as well is just to make sure that you win lane.
Yeah.
And again, Claude has a favorable lane against most matchup.
Exactly.
Now that the Freya is not there, even against a Granger,
Yeah.
it's still going to be fine.
I really like it. Now, I think you're left with that.
Do you go Yisun Shin?
Yisun Shin against Farsa, Grok, and Leomord. That might be really bad
very
for
hard,
Ultra
yeah.
Ego. I think they will just go Suyo, honestly. Suyo, Granger. Just run it back.
Run it back, but it's going to cost them
There
a
you
little
go.
bit. It's a good call by you, Wolf, but at the same time, the damage profile doesn't really...
Yeah.
It's a lot more manageable for the side of Aurora. Antiques come through and some Dom Ices. It's going to be a tough game.
Now, Glue is just perfect, I would say, for Aurora. Patrick, with this kind of composition, that's gonna really tear up Alter Ego apart. But then the safest option is the Lapu-Lapu. You can always just go back to that.
I think there is an opportunity to go above and beyond and play Arlet because there's a lot of enablers for the side of Aurora, and you need somebody who actually can force out not only Purifies, but shove Jushin back into the fight.
This is a bit off, but I kind of feel like I kind of hope there's no more skins for the Glue, so that can be the pen ultimate skin that he has.
Aurora.
And now Aurora, they finish it up with the Sora. Again, a lot of crowd control, and when you do need it, you can go for more damage. What do you think about the side lane matchups here, Wolf?
Pretty even, but nah, I think it's Aurora-sided. Yeah, I would go for Aurora, actually. after a few seconds of thinking, yeah, it's Aurora.
I think it really depends on who's going to get that first blood. If Nino wins out his lane, I think this is going to be a very interesting mid-game.
I mean, like, again, this is all about momentum. Whoever has, I would say, the good 5 minutes of the game can really start to control the tempo. So now, ladies and gentlemen, the drafts has been done. We're jumping into Broken Walls for game number 2 of this grand finals. Now we're gonna give it back to Leo, Trex, and Mirko.
Select adjustments coming in from these two teams going into game number 2. Will Alter Egos changes spell a different result, or will Aurora continue to push forth?
Here's my big problem coming from Aurora. Well, coming from Aurora for AE. The Sora right now, I think, was the winning piece of this draft in my mind. I think it's something that it's gotten overlooked in the last game, and right now coming in, it's going to be something that can jump into the back line, can do damage to Arfi, can get onto Hijume, and can also be a nice, bulky frontliner for Aurora Gaming PH.
Is the best way to win a draft from the red side using red 5 this well.
Yeah, it's really, really good by Aurora Gaming Philippines there, but I think for Alter Ego, they built a very, very good core foundation for those neutral objective takes. The youths are right now. SRG played it, got a really good game against Alter Ego.
It's one of the few key wins on the hero that has almost been forgotten since last year's World Championships. Also, the reason why this is such a comfortable Suyo game for Yasuke is there's only really one painful source of magic damage, and that's Yue. And this lineup, I'd say, is built to hunt down Yue. Nino on the Yuzhong, even Alec can, get pokey and kick him right out of the skies.
Yeah, but getting the Grok and then getting the Leomord is something that's going to be able to stop that. It's something that's going to be a big problem for Alter Ego. And last game, Yasuke also had a nice hunting hero, but he wasn't able to find the angles. So this time, a lot of it's going to come down to, can he finally get past Aurora Gaming to those heroes?
Turtle spawning in the lower quarter of the map. You'll see that the claw you were saying.
I was saying, the Suyo, it's so rarely picked up that a lot of teams going up against it would just not be prepared for it. But it seems like for Aurora Gaming Philippines, they know how fast a Suyo can go, and that's why Yue, Edward, Domeng, they're playing it so safe.
But can they stop it from its speed? We're already seeing a first turtle go into Alter Ego. This might not be a composition that Aurora Gaming wants to take the super slow route to. At some point, they do need to try to fight it out.
And I think that's dictated by their jungler. You kind of want to snowball, not as fast as you would like a true assassin, but with a Leomord, you kind of want to get the most out of that power spike you get when you have your War Axe and then your Brute Force. From there, you kind of feel unstoppable. I know I did this morning, trying to jump on Edward. I think Nino knew that Yue was hiding in there.
Something was fishy about that.
Again, you don't see it, that means you see it.
Taking a look at the items right now, Arfi looking for Hunter Strike or an impossible early Sky Piercer. He's going to go straight to Sky Piercer,
He's
right?
going to skip it.
Did that yesterday as well. He likes to go for that Sky Piercer on the wing.
Great reaction from Hijume, but it's a bit late now, has to burn the Flicker. So it's light with the Flicker and also Hijume.
Both teams really just testing the waters right now. No big full commit engages, but seeing what the other team is going to do.
His limit testing, and now Arfi, Hijo de Oro, finds that early Sky Piercer. Now it's up to Alter Ego to ride that wave.
Retri and Yuzuki didn't even get it there, the green camp. So this is info for Demon Kai to utilize.
So last time that we saw Arfi go for this early Sky Piercer, there was a quick gank up to the gold lane. I mean, either after this turtle or maybe even give up the turtle and go for it. But it's all about trying to get Arfi these stacks as soon as possible.
Time's a ticking. We'll see if that kind of rotation will be the play for Alter Ego. But what is clear is they want this second turtle. Massive presence from El Familia here. Aurora Gaming want to contest.
Edward jumping in. Hijume no Flicker. Going to be brought back into the better airstrike now. Hijume taking very long. Plays into it from Domeng.
Back to the Lord. Edward does find the kill, but Demon Kai finds Nino.
It's an all-out win for Aurora Gaming Philippines. Yue trying to go for a stun onto Arfi now. 3-0, and even a turtle taken by Aurora.
Say what you will about Aurora's draft, it being very ult dependent and timing reliant. They found the perfect timing. They used every single ult that mattered to take down 3 members of AE and the second turtle too. That's one of the major problems I have with the Suyo. When the hero was big, this was still one of the major problems. Is there's too many dudes in there. And look at this major cut.
Oh, Dragon, good side set by Demon, kind of ganking the bottom lane. Nino gonna be dove on now as they turret jungle, and Edward takes to the skies to pick up a killing spree.
Aurora Gaming giving Alter Ego the Alter Ego treatment right now.
Right, caught on the way to Dragon now. They're gonna give over a stack to Arfi. So they get something on the map, but Aurora get more value.
It's a good trade for the Northern Lights. An XP laner and a turret for a lone rogue. It's very rare that El Padre Nino gets told what to do. That's just not how it works. Even when they're losing, he's usually the one who wins the lane, who tries to gain back parts of the map. But here, Aurora Gaming are dictating the pace, and how unfortunate is it that it's in that same side of the map. It's very rare that El Padre Nino gets told what to do. That's just not how it works, even when they're losing.
If the sun gets too hot, you can always find me for some shade. Tribe Elder always said I was a dreamer. Well, looks like dreams can come true.
Tougher than the
Whoa! Go Hijime back, feather airstrike. So much thrown at Hijime, and he can't handle it. Neither can Nino. He has to use the Black Dragon form defensively.
This was the MO for SRG last night. That one game they won, and that game 4, where it seemed like they were going to equalize, they attacked the heart of Alter Ego's lineup. They attacked Hijime, denied him the game, denied him from playing. But here, it's all the more evident. The Zushin's short to mid-range utility isn't accessible at the time of Lord for free going over to Aurora.
You know, looking at the back at the draft, doesn't pay.
No blade surge.
Jason kills him! Edward on a tanky Sora, still packing such a huge punch. I think he could 1v1 just about anybody on Alter Ego Esports right now.
Here we go, Trex. I've never seen Edward this driven. He plays the same game as he did with the Lapu Lapu.
Oh, like,
6-1 and 4.
Oh, wait.
He found the angle.
This is nasty.
You know how
The tech charge out Edward with a pullback on RP. And he gets the killing spree, but Edward gets shut down. You able to stand over, stun over on Hijime.
2 members for the price of Edward, plus huge amounts of space right before the Lord meets the base.
No matter what team Light plays for, RSG, TNC, Warcaster Force, Bigitron, XBT. And now Aurora, he's the same high IQ player, finds that massive tech charge. Holy Shield up top. Alter Ego looking to protect the real estate. Bottom lane is gonna pop as well. 5K up Aurora Gaming.
You know what I was saying was, I feel like that first phase of drafting, the Jushin was not worth giving over the Grok and the Leomord. I think you take the Grok, you take the Leomord, you give over the Jushin and the other one, and you still got the Barza. Anything, I think Alter Ego, not just in the gameplay, but also the draft, they are getting outmaneuvered right now, and there needs to be an answer soon.
Whether airstrike over on RP, doesn't have flicker. And now it's gonna be the barrier coming down again. It's Edward. Go into the skies, trying to go for a slam. Yazuki in the bottom lane. Just really trying to go for a trade, but the waves aren't crashing in just yet.
Yuzuke looking for some bottom lane play. Anything, and this is what Yuzuke always does well. Even when they're losing, he looks for playing the map. He steals away buffs, he finds towers. He's able to play the map a bit, and it's gonna staunch the bleeding slightly, right? It's a small band-aid on a big flesh wound.
That flesh wound is ringing to the tune of 5,000 gold up. Half a minute till the Lord spawns upper quarter. Alter Ego Esports can only pray and hope to get lucky to contest because the